I was shut down because of how I was special or how I was different, you know? And hello, my darlings! This is super exciting. We're gonna listen to Vivarium by Doe. And let me tell you, the lyrics, and the vocals, the emotion, all of it is stunning, and you're gonna see my reaction to it in just a few seconds. But before we do, just a friendly reminder to please like and subscribe. And with that said, let's get into it. Okay, well, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I mean, I feel like every time I listen to Ado, like, it's never not good. She's so unique and emotive, and her voice is just gorgeous. And this feels very much like, well, I think the elephant in the room is a lot of people were very excited about this because she actually shows a portion of her face. We get a side profile and we get her eyes. And usually, like even the first take I did with, or I reacted to, that was Ado singing, it was all like shadow. Like they made her look like a shadow. So it was all kind of like she was singing and expressing and moving. And that's kind of like, she kind of always has been like in shadow in a sense. Even the live performance I also reacted to, she was in that cage, but again, it was all like, she was in the shadow in a sense. So this is very much her being more seen than what we have seen from her. So with that said, we also need to jump into the lyrics because, well, let's go through the lyrics. How long has it been since that day my muffled way of speaking remains unchanged? The mirror reflects an ideal image miles away, and still today I set these clumsy fingers to work again. It makes me think, you know, it's reminiscing about the beginning days of her journey with music, you know, like my muffled way of speaking remains unchanged, and still today I set these clumsy fingertips to work again. So it's kind of like, I am who I am. And throughout this whole journey, there have been, you know, changes obviously happen because as we get older, as we grow, whether it's in our craft, in relationships, whatever it is, we change. But there are certain things that remain unchanged. And I think that's what she's kind of talking about is kind of looking back but also being in the present and being like, these are still things that I do today that I did like X amount of years ago. Then we get to verse 2, ostracized by someone's words, left all alone. It can't be helped. I was never wanted anyways. So, well, let's finish the verse. Stained, lingering crimson, a silent debate behind the jeers. Is a defect something special? If so, I'm a fraud from the very start. So it's that feeling of feeling different, feeling like you don't fit in, feeling like people are judging you, and not feeling people are judging you, but literally she says, ostracized by someone's words, left all alone. It can't be helped. I was never wanted anyways. So it's her literally being like, I was shut down because of how I was special or how I was different, you know, and having that be internalized as like there's something wrong with me, you know. Going to the next, go to the pre-chorus. To sacrifice for the things I long to see come true, I've broken the things I've held most dear. Regret crowds me, I cannot breathe, or I can't breathe. So I find the peace peeling off the emotions. Do I become an adult? Even not knowing how to heal wounds after falling, nor without knowing the repent for the mistakes I made. So, you know, talking about we are not perfect. To sacrifice for things I long to see come true, I've broken the things I held most dear. So talking about perhaps choices she's made or relationships, choices in relationships, whether it's how maybe she's treated somebody or if she's kind of cut people out or whatever it is in her life that she sacrificed in order to get to where she is. She talks about how she regrets it and how it is suffocating. And I mean, this image here with the bubbles and the water is, when you see something like this, it really feels like they're representing the drowning feeling that they are feeling. So I cannot breathe, regret crowds me. So I find the peace peeling off the emotions. Do I become an adult? It sounds like when she says, do I find the peace peeling off the emotions, it's like, this is what the song is. Peeling away these emotions. And a lot of her songs too. Not even knowing how to heal the wounds after falling, nor without knowing the repent for the mistakes I made. So kind of just feeling really lost and like not sure what to do. And then she goes on to say, inside this dim vivarium, I was endlessly dreaming of myself. That light swaying in the distance felt like calling for me. So kind of like almost feeling like you're in your own little bubble. You're in your own little head. And she was dreaming of where she could get and dreaming of her goals and her passions. And I don't know if all of the outfits that are in that specific room, this one here, we're going to go back a little bit anyway, so we'll just start from here. But the way that she's looking at her computer and stuff like that, like it feels like, you know, that's a workstation. She's there writing lyrics or mixing, I don't know, making art. But then oh my God. I didn't mean to click that. I didn't mean to click it. But then you see all these outfits, and I'm curious if all of these outfits are like outfits she's worn for either music videos or shows, and kind of it's like a physical visual of the passage of time and all of these different eras of her in a sense. But we're going to continue, see where she takes us, but so far I'm really, really enjoying this.
知らないまま大人になってしまったみたいだ。君は何も信じなかった。誰も信じられなかった。君に必要だったのは名声よりも先に大丈夫の一言だった。居場所をなくしちゃってごめんね。だからもう出てこなくたっていいさ。揺れる都の奥、その光の中で機械少女の歌が聞こえた。私もそこに行きたい。 確か私の夢を見ていて触れられる距離のまま離れないで変わらないでこの後際でどれだけ迷って使って見えなくなってもこの目で揺れた光はあの日が未来ださよならまだ私は歌わなくて夜がけるまで一人じゃないからクローゼットの君はまだ泣いてる
That was lovely. Holy moly. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, talk a little bit about the end there. So, going into verse 3, before I knew I turned around and I was here alone. A mirage wanders into this cluttered room. Why do tears and frustration keep overflowing? The tips of my bitten down nails are stained red. So, just feeling like that it's like when you're going through those really strong emotions, it's always like why like why am I this way, or why am I feeling this way, or like it's this just frenzied why. And so when she goes, why do the tears and frustration keep overflowing, so they're excessive, you know, the tips of my bitten down fingernails are stained red. So it's like a lot of people when they're anxious, a lot of people have you know, they do certain things when they're anxious, and a common one is, you know, biting your nails. And so that the image of that is like she's bitten her nails so far down that they're bleeding, like it's just excessive. And then the bridge is literally a whole bunch of quotes of what I'm assuming is what people have said to her. I can, or what she's told herself, you know, like, I can hear them in my head. Voices of me aren't me, over and over again. Diminish the meaning of my birth. Why can't you do anything? Why don't you know anything? I don't know. I don't know. So it's almost like she's replaying a conversation. So it's like how she's feeling, but then also what is being told to her. I've grown up to be without knowing a single right thing. You didn't believe in anything. You couldn't believe in anyone. What you needed before the fame was just a simple, it's okay. Like, that is profound. I'm sorry I let you lose your place to belong, so it's all right if you never come out again. Deep within the swaying capital, inside the light, I heard the song of a mechanical girl. I'd want to go there too. And then she goes back into the chorus about the dim vivarium. I was endlessly dreaming of myself. Stay within reach, don't leave, don't change inside this dim vivarium. No matter how lost I am, clinging on or lose sight, the light swaying in those eyes is the future I drew that day. So it feels like it comes full circle. And then the outro, when it's talking about because the you in the closet is still crying, like it sounds like she's thinking of her past self, but also that girl that started this journey is still with her and is still battling its own demons with, you know, who she is now. That was really freaking beautiful. I think the lyrics are amazing and emotional and super just, she's really sharing herself with us, I feel like, with this song. And of course, I mean, she reveals portions of her face, which she never really did before. So it's kind of opening up to us, to the world, and being that and showing that raw emotion. And her vocals, of course, were stunning and always so emotive. I freaking love it. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. So thank you guys so much for for that. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you cutie patooties in the next one.